Yes.
I have a question about the past. There's a belief among some people that they can go to a piece of land where traumatic events have transpired,
Sure.
and through their intention, clear
Hmm.
the past events or the memories. I'm not sure. What is it they're clearing when they do that?
Well, there's a couple possibilities. Here, let me explain what she's talking about a little more, or repeat it. The idea that it's possible to be in certain places and know things or feel things that happened there in the past. Okay? Among a certain segment of the population, it's a pretty common experience. There are some people who then say that they are able to change the effects so that there are no longer those traumatic memories that are disturbing the energy and disturbing the peace. All right. Let's take the first one first of all. In this knowledge, we say we have a second principle that says there are no limits based on the word kala. Now, if there are no limits, we expand that to say, well, if one thing is alive in the universe, everything is alive in the universe. If everything's alive in the universe, then everything can have memory. Well, then land can have memory, rocks can have memory, objects can have memory. And so, in a right state of mind, with the right state of intention, you can tune into the memory that is held into a person's memory, which is what many psychic readers do, or you can tune into an object's memory, which is what some other psychic readers do. Okay? So, let's assume then, for the moment, that this is a possibility. Now then, two things become possible. Let's say you're in a place and you become aware of, in your perception, that some event happened. And let's say it was an unpleasant traumatic event, a war or something else. You can change your response to that so that that memory no longer bothers you. Or it's also possible to energize a different memory so that the different memory becomes stronger, the bad memory becomes weaker in power, so that anybody else coming along isn't going to be affected by that bad memory anymore. You've altered the intensity of the energy of that memory.
Is that what you were discussing last week when you were talking about an object that held an angry memory?
Yes, right.
That was changed by your working with that.
That's right. The object that I mentioned last time, in which I changed the energy of a little ivory image.
So
Okay.
let's be clear. Those groups of people.
Now, what I did. Let's understand what. Let's understand.
The memory.
Wait a minute. Let me understand what I did, and by explaining what I did, it'll make it clear. This object had a very intense memory that was affecting, at the time it was affecting my son and a friend of my son. And so much when they looked at it, they had such an intense reaction that they fainted. So I took the object and I altered the energy so that, how can I put it, the energy of the anger was dissipated. The energy of the angry memory was dissipated. A pleasant memory or a very beautiful memory was intensified and given to the object so that that would be the first thing somebody would pick up. The memory of that angry experience, just the pure memory of it, did not disappear. The pattern of that was still there. If anybody wanted to and knew how, they could pick that up, experience the beautiful memory, and then keep going through. In the same way that today, if you have had an incident in your life that you have totally resolved, and it doesn't bother you anymore, and you haven't thought about it for years, it's just like it's not there anymore, you could, if you wanted to, sit down and meditate and go through a sequence of associated memories until you could recall that memory again. But you'd recall it without any emotional charge. So same thing could happen with a piece of land or an object or anything like that. Yes.
How did you change the energy of the object?
How did I change the energy of the object? Okay. Energy influences energy. What I did, I'll try to explain it without using technical words like grok, okay? What I did was resonate with the anger energy, become one with it. And since I could do that without any fear of it, I didn't have to resist it. When I became one with it, then I relaxed and calmed down to a point where there was no intensity of anger anymore. It was just an event that happened. What's that?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, once I had completed that, then I created a new memory full of love and happiness and intensified that on purpose with emotion so that that would be the major memory associated with that object. See, think about this. In this present moment right now, if you think about an event, if you think about something like a vacation or a party that you went to, you don't think of that in sequence. If you pay attention, what you will first remember will be the most intense experience. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Then if you continue, there'll be associations that'll go to events of lesser energy, lesser energy, lesser energy, until finally, if you want to, you can work your way through a sequential memory of the whole event. But when you first go to it, it's the one that has the most energy. Whether that's good or bad, it's the one that has the most energy that you remember first. Now, it's true for us, it's true for objects. Okay?
So you just moved the energy away from you.
No, not, I did not move any energy away. Okay? I reduced the size of the wave. Okay? Yeah.
I don't see how you did it, but I see what you mean.
You do, once you get that state of resonance, then it's by intention.
You calm yourself.
Yes.
You were resonating.
And that's right. Since I was resonating with it, as I calmed myself, it calmed down.
Does this work with angry people?
Oh, this works with angry people too. That's right. But see, here's the key. You have to be willing to resonate with it first. And a lot of people are so afraid of anger that they can't do that.